now that we have successfully divided both sides by the number 2, we're now having x squared minus 3x over 2 is equal to 5 over 2. Now it's time for us to find the square of half of the coefficient of x. Now the coefficient of x is minus 3 over 2. So half of the coefficient of x is going to give you minus 3 over 4, because half times minus 3 over 2, 1 times minus 3 is minus 3, and 2 times 2 is 4. So you're now having minus 3 over 4 as half of the coefficient of what? Of x. Okay, note that. Now remember, it's going to be the square of it, so we're going to add that on both sides of the equation. Now we're going to add that now because we're supposed to add it. So if we're going to add that now, what are we now going to be having? We're going to be having x squared minus 3x over 2 plus, open bracket, minus 3 over 4, close bracket, all squared. Fine. Then the other side of the equation now you have equal to, and you're now having, already you were having 5 over 2 before, so you just write your 5 over 2, you have plus the open bracket minus 3 all over 4 all squared. You can see how simple it is to solve the completing the square method. All right, if you have gone through that long process by which we solved the basic form of a quadratic equation all through down to how we now got the general formula, this is not supposed to be an issue anymore, because you are following all the rules that you need to follow. All right, you're following all the rules, and if you follow all the rules, you're going to get your answer perfectly. All right, okay, so now we have found the square of half of the coefficient of x, and we've added that on both sides of our equation. So now we are having this simple mathematical statement: x squared minus 3x over 2 plus, open bracket, minus 3 over 4 all squared is equal to, then you have 5 over 2 plus, open bracket, minus 3 over 4 all squared. Okay, so now it's now time for you to find the LCM. You have to try to find the LCM for what you're having over here. So you have 5 over 2 plus, open bracket, minus 3 over 4 all squared. That minus 3 over 4 all squared, if you have to break it down, it's going to give you 9 over 16. That's 3 times 3 is going to give you 9. Remember, minus times minus is plus. I've taught you that. So the minus will now disappear. So eventually you're going to be left with 9 over 16. So by breaking that down, you're now going to be left with what? 5 over 2 plus 9 over 16. That is very simple. But you're not done with that yet. You're not done with that yet, because you have to still find the LCM. Now you have 5 over 2 plus, and then you have what? You have 9 over 16. Now for the 16 and 2, you have to find the LCM. And it's very, very simple. To find the LCM of 16 and 2 is just going to give you what? 16. So 2 in 16 is 8. 8 times 5 will give you 40. Then you write your 40 down. Then you add that. 16 in 16 is 1. 1 times the numerator, which is 9, is going to give you 9. So you have 40 plus 9 over your 16. And it's that simple. All right? So eventually, if you add your 40 plus 9, you're going to get 49 over 16. So right now, at the right hand side of your screen, the equation, the right hand side of your equation now will now be what? 49 over 16. So you've successfully solved it to that point. At that point now, you can stop. Don't forget that at the left hand side of your screen right now, remember that we left x squared minus 3x over 2 plus, then open bracket, then we had minus 3 over 4 all squared. So right now we're going to combine the squares. At the left hand side of your screen now of the equation, we're going to combine the squares. Now if you combine the squares, you're now going to be having this simple breakdown. We're now going to be having x minus 3 over 4 all squared. Don't forget, we're combining the squares now. X minus 3 over 4 all squared. That's what you have in for your left hand side. All right, so we're now having x minus 3 over 4 all squared is now equal to what? 49 over 16. Beautiful. At this point, we'll now find the root of both sides of our equation. Now, by finding the root of both sides of our equation, the square root sign will cancel out the square on this side of our equation.